मेधां मे इन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विनावुभौ आधतां पुष्करस्रजाः आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमधुबलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांतिः. Hearty fraternal greetings to all the brothers and sisters who may have gathered to listen to this talk according to their inclination and also according to their convenience. Master CVV declared 26th July as the day of merry life. Today is the day in the year 1910. The Master was able to link up the cosmic, the solar and the planetary Kundalini and link up that Kundalini to each of the aspirants who relate to the acquiring age through the sound CVV. It was a grand achievement in relation to the energies that have descended into him in around March 1910, which you all know. On 30th March 1910, he received the influx of cosmic energy which he distributed from 29th May, naming it as the Maycall Day, and on 26th July he has been able to utilize the energies to link up the pranic principle in all the three planes, namely cosmic, solar and planetary energies with the Kundalini of the individual aspirant. It is first of its kind to enable quicker evolution of humanity upon the planet and also quicker evolution of other kingdoms on the planet. So it is a very important day that has to be recollected, remembered, and it is also a day to pay homage to Master CVV and feel the pranic principle in the head in the upper torso and in the lower torso. These are the three planes in man in relation to cosmic, solar and planetary energies. I therefore thought fit that I relate to all the groups today so that we get the initiation in relation to the opening of doors of life right from Mooladhara to Sahasrara. We have junction points relating to prana which exist in all the 7 centers of our body, while the chief center happens to be the heart for the life principles. So Master CVV, the energy that he supplies enables us to link up the pulsating principle which functions at Mooladhara to the pulsating principle that functions in the heart center. That's the first link up. The second link up is enabling the pulsating principle to further link up to Ajna. That is the second link up. And then there is the third link up from Ajna to Sahasrara. By these 3 links that we gain in relation to the pranic principle enable us to permeate into the surroundings. That's what is intended by our working with the life force in the path of yoga. We should know that we as souls relate to the bodies, be it causal body or subtle body or physical body. Our link to the bodies is through the life principle which pulsates. That's why the life principle exists at the physical plane, at the subtle plane, and also at the causal plane, and it descends from beyond. The occult statement is, all is life, within the life the beings are, and within the beings again the life is. The life is in us, the life is around us. The life enables to link up to the bodies that the soul begets, either at the causal plane, or at the subtle plane, or at the physical plane. The soul has another thread which is called the thread of awareness. There is the thread of awareness. There is also the thread of life. These are the two threads by which we function in life. The thread of awareness enables us to fulfill the purposes of our life. The thread of life enables us to hold ourselves steadily in the body so that we can conduct the purposes. The activity of life and the activity of awareness within us are interdependent. One can uplift the other one can pull down the other. The awareness activity is what is called the intelligent activity. It is called the prajna in Sanskrit. There is what is called prajna, that is our awareness. And there is also the pulsating principle, that is our life. And life principle is called prana. Prana and prajna together constitute the soul. That is why the soul is called a pulsating unit of awareness. A pulsating unit of awareness, and there are two essential flows from the soul as awareness and as life. With life you can move upwards, with awareness you can move upwards. That's how the yoga gives us to move up by associating with any one of the two principles. When awareness associates with life, together they can move up. The unity of the two enables a yogic state. So when awareness and life, that means when the life activity in us has also the awareness activity, when they are in harmony with each other, the life blooms and the awareness moves with greater swiftness. If life principle is weak, it pulls down the awareness principle. If awareness is down, it also pulls down the life. So these are the two twins that exist as one, which we call Atman or the soul, individual. So we need to know the functioning of life in us. And unless life is kept cheerful and joyful, you can't really achieve any purpose. That's why merry life is a message to keep the cheer at all times. We shall have to be cheerful as far as possible throughout the day when we are in the wakeful hours. If you are very serious and very tense, very worried, and you are very much in irritation or in depression of thoughts, gloomy in attitude, morose towards the surroundings, then you cause a depression to the life principle also. The negatives of thought pull down the life energy. The positives of thought pull up the life energies. That's why the seers of all times speak of a smile on the countenance at all times to come. To be cheerful. Yes. To be cheerful is an essential quality for any person to progress. And much more so in the path of light or in the path of discipleship, which is also called the path of yoga. A person who cannot smile cannot achieve much. Life blooms when there is cheer. If you see the writings of Master Jwalkul, he says, cheer is a special wisdom. To be cheerful means you already carry certain degree of wisdom, certain degree of contentment, certain degree of happiness. Only you are cheerful. When you are cheerful, you lift up the surroundings also. You also lift up your own being. And a cheerful person is ready with comedy. He is ready with wit. Wit is a common factor with a wise man. And a wise man cracks a joke then and there and uplifts the audience. That's the beauty of wisdom coming from a cheerful person. When there is no cheer, when you are carrying out the practices of discipleship, it's all worthless. It doesn't give you the needed essence of life and the joy of life. Therefore, Master CVV thought fit to bring in cheer from the higher circles, from the cosmic, from the solar, and from the planetary level. Whatever merriness, whatever cheerfulness, whatever joyfulness that can be invoked when we relate to merry life. Master CVV himself was very merriful, very joyful, and very cheerful. So was Master MN, so was Master EK, who belong to this hierarchy of this energy. And in general, the members of hierarchy, they are all very cheerful people. During their leisure hours, they cut jokes, they make jokes, and they enjoy exchanging jokes as between them. They don't hold themselves in great seriousness when they are together. That's why this cheer is of a great importance. Yes. That is the reason why, besides cheerful people, we also need comedians in the group. A comedian makes things lighter. Importance of cheerfulness, joyfulness, and merriness should be there in every activity, so that the activity is enlightened and is also lighted up in terms of its labor. You don't feel the labor as a burden when you do the same thing with a cheer on your face. Because cheer reduces the heaviness of the activity and makes it lighter and enables us to stay afloat. Yes. I want to give the importance of being cheerful at all times. You can even lift up yourself from your depression when you are cheerful. You can lift up yourself from your deep sicknesses if you are cheerful, because cheer brings the needed healing energies. The more sick you are, the more cheerful you should be. Are the people who can cheer you up. They are the true helpers around a sick person, but not people who stay around and keep on fearing about the sickness. That's the importance of being cheerful, that you bring in healing energies and uplift even the sick persons. So therefore, at all times, a bit of cheer is needed. If you see Lord Krishna, he lived 126 years and he was always cheerful, very playful, while he carried out a huge activity of establishing law, uplifting the law, and also uplifting the knowledge. He uplifted every field of human activity with a cheer on his face. That's the beauty of Lord Krishna. Lord Rama was also said to be a person with a cheer. And then we have Lord Maitreya, who is depicted as laughing Buddha. Laughing Buddha is yet another presentation of Lord Maitreya. They are not two different entities. The Jain system preferred laughing Buddha as Maitreya, and Jain system itself is full of cheerfulness and relaxed functioning in every walk of life. Many say that the future is Jain Buddhism. Jain Buddhism is that you are always in a meditative state, a normal state where you are it is a normal state of being with cheerfulness added. That's how we have laughing Buddha coming. Origin of laughing Buddha is from Lord Maitreya himself. Lord Maitreya was very cheerful. He is the world teacher that leads this humanity into higher states of existence. That's where we need to be cheerful. It's very sad that people do not even understand jokes when they are made, and that is because they are mostly in the head but not in the heart. The chief center of life is in the heart, while the chief center of awareness is in the head. If you are at heart, you can be very cheerful. The head also joins the heart and conducts cheerfully. But if you move up to head, you lose the cheer. So therefore, cheerfulness was encouraged by Lord Krishna. Cheerfulness is encouraged by Lord Maitreya. Cheerfulness is called as special wisdom by Master Jwalkul, and a smiling master is always welcome, while a serious master is not that welcome because he brings in a lot of seriousness into the situations. So keep a smile and functioning. The one who smiles wins life. He wins life even from the point of death. That's the beauty. Even from the most dire, difficult, depressive, deathly situations, he can still revive on account of this wisdom of cheer. So therefore take this merry life as a means of resurrection from death. It causes resurrection. There are people who die with a smile on their face. They are the ones who are the true achievers. People who can smile away when they are departing from the body, that could be the best state that one could achieve. Therefore, the importance of cheer shall have to be known and shall have to be maintained, and one has to practice it by being around a cheerful person. It cannot be gained by itself because it's a contagion that comes through the heart, and a cheerful person can supply it by being around. Lucky are the people who have a master who is cheerful, who can cut jokes, who can make fun, and who can keep the group in that joyful state. If we see among the nations, we can easily see there are such nations who are excessively serious, and there are such other nations which are joyful. If you take, for example, Europe, in south of Europe there is more cheer, in the north of Europe there is more head-oriented activity. That's why people come from north to south during the summer to gain the cheer through the sea beaches. If you see the Spanish or the Latin-speaking communities, their cheer is totally different from the cheer of those who speak Greek, German, and the British, and the English. You can see even in languages, the quality of cheer differs according to the tradition that they hold on to. The discipleship demands that we have a good admixture of heart center and head center. Will and love should move together. Will belongs to the awareness. Love belongs to the life. The two have to be merged for a happy blending and a functioning with synthesis. That's where we have to pick up merry life as a method to move forward in relation to our daily activity of life, which extends even into our practices. Do not carry out the practices of yoga with lot of burden on your head. Make a cheerful approach to your practices so that the practices become easier. See, when you see a blooming flower, you feel the joy because it is unfolding life. If you see the sunrise, it also enlarges our joyfulness and awareness. A sunrise is definitely different from the sunset. Sunset has different purposes. Sunrise has different purposes. Lucky are those who can see the sunrise on a daily basis and feel connected to the uprising energies as they come to you from the sun until the noon time. That's why the hours from the dawn to meridian are always considered to be energies that uplift. So also a flower that unfolds and that blooms, contrary to the flower that fades away and falls down by hanging its head upon the stack. So also if you see animals, some animals give you joy by their activity itself. There are dogs which can give you joy. There are cats which demand your attention. The difference is, the dog is very positive energy. It gives joy to you. And a cat is a negative energy. It is a moon energy. It demands from you. So therefore, if you see in groups also, you find people who demand your attention. There are people to whom people are automatically attracted. There is a difference between the two. Certain persons, there is a natural magnetism of attraction on account of the joy that they hold. It's not just wisdom that attracts people. Wisdom coupled with cheerfulness attracts aspirants and enable them to gain wisdom through open heart. Therefore, we should think of the surroundings. What is it that really expresses itself and gives joy? A flower gives joy. A fruit-bearing tree gives joy. A growing tree gives joy. There are also trees which look very morose and there are trees where the creepers keep on hanging down all the time but not moving up into the sky. So the difference you can easily feel. Where there is unfoldment and growth, there is life energy in its full function. Where there is the opposite at work, there the life is receding. So also in the birds, you can see certain birds which give you joy by very sight of them. There are also such birds as bats which will pull away energy from you. So from bat to eagle, there is a range of birds. Some of them demonstrate greater life and they also transmit life. Likewise among animals, among plants, among humans, among minerals. If you see a piece of charcoal, you don't get so much joy. But if you see a piece of diamond, it is totally different. That's how there are certain life-giving forms, there are certain life-absorbing forms. Relating to life-giving forms is what is important to keep on moving with the life that keeps itself merry. I hope you have understood the importance of being cheerful. That is the first point, without which any practice of yoga has no meaning and no progress can really be achieved unless man is a joyful person. At the end of the practice of yoga, what should remain with you is the bliss of existence, which is also called love, which is also called truth. That's where we think of the prayer relating to Master CVV, which says, Master, please let us receive the influx of thy plenty of prana into our systems so that we may resist disease, decay and death, realize the highest truth, the pure love and the bliss of existence, and serve humanity according to their plan. Do this prayer with cheerfulness. Don't do it in a serious manner, because it all relates to the life principle. And the Master wants that the life should be merry. It should be a merry, full life, a cheerful life, a joyful life. And we also have set up now all over the globe laughing clubs. This comes from laughing Buddha only. From Zen Buddhism, they propagate laughing clubs that every day people practice during the morning hours, especially when the sun is rising in the eastern horizon. They get into some time for just laughing, because laugh enables release of tensed up energies in you. Therefore, go to a seaside or go to a park or a river valley or a peak early in the morning and keep on smiling loudly. Loud smiling for about 15-20 minutes releases all your tensions in the body and brings you much more life. So these are all things which look to be silly from the standpoint of the spiritual practitioner, but the more and more when spiritual practitioner becomes a serious person, he works out the contrary, but not the very fulfillment which is intended by yoga. Therefore, merry life is of great consequence to all aspirants, and that should not be lost at any cost. So therefore, I give you the examples of Lord Krishna, Lord Maitreya, and then the laughing Buddha, and also the statement of Master Jwalkul, which says, cheer is special wisdom. Keep a smile on your face while you are at work. Then all heaviness is lost and life moves up. Life can be lifted up with awareness. Life can be pulled down by lack of enough awareness. Ignorance pulls down the life. Awareness pulls up life. Likewise, uplifted life can uphold awareness. And a life that is in depletion would also cause a depression to the awareness. So they are function directly proportionate to each other, and therefore the two flows in us, which are called the two currents in us, shall have to be equally attended to and maintained at their optimum. That has to be the practice. Seldom people speak of life, they only speak of awareness. But the life principle is as much important, because without the background support of life principle, the awareness principle cannot function. Unless there is pulsation and respiration in you, you cannot really carry out any activity. The mind cannot function, the senses cannot function, the body cannot function, the intellect cannot function. Awareness functions through intuition, intellect, and then the mind, senses and body. Life maintains the entire body. Therefore, you shall have to pay attention to the life principle as well. When you think of the life principle, you think of the heart principle. You also think of the pulsations of the heart. There are essentially 5 pulsations with each one of us, and we shall have to work out these pulsations in us and gain their friendliness. By that, we overcome many of our barriers. The mind creates so many barriers to the person. It creates barriers and barriers and barriers. And we also have a barrier now in terms of movement due to this epidemic or pandemic that is spread all over the world. So people can get depressed because of the pandemic. People can also cheer up life and be cheerful and keep the sickness away. There are 2 ways of relating to an issue. If you are cheerful, sickness generally does not come up to you. And even if you are sick, your sickness is weakened on account of the cheerfulness that you have. Therefore, even in hospitals, I feel there should be a team that keep cheering up the patients in the hospital everywhere. This pandemic is seen as a problem by humanity, but from the standpoint of hierarchy, it is seen as a solution. What we see as problem, and the men of wisdom see it as a means of solution. Master Maurya makes a statement saying that behind every problem there is a gift. Behind every problem there is a great gift of nature. We think that the nature is very harsh on account of this pandemic called Corona. But behind that there is a gift. It enables to reorganize yourself. It enables you to reduce your movement to the meaningful things. It gives you more time to think it over. It enables you to be together with the family members and other intimate group members. It enables you to relate like this through these classes and teachings and then cheer up each other. There is a way to meet a problem. If you see only the problem, you don't get the solution. But if you see what nature intends as a gift behind this problem, then you bring in the wisdom and solve the problem. That is how we need to know about this merry life and work more with the life principle in us. The life principle functions in the heart. As a consequence, we have inhalation and exhalation as our respiration. Without inhalation and exhalation, you cannot really function. It is happening in us. We are not doing it. And this inhalation and exhalation, when you relate to, you can also feel or perceive the pulsating principle in you. The heart pulsates. The pulsating principle is the background for the respiratory activity. Respiratory activity is a visible activity. Pulsating activity is behind the respirating activity and therefore is seen as a hidden thing. It's the hidden functioning in us that the heart pulsates. We always look these days towards the pulsating rate, how much the pulsation is happening. Unless the pulsation is maintained at a level, you may have to think of inhaling more oxygen and uplifting the life principle. So pulsation, when you relate, your own awareness lift up the pulsation. The moment you think of respiration and its background as pulsation and keep relating to the pulsation in the heart. When you relate to the pulsation in the heart, you are already uplifting the life principle in you. Therefore, when you are sick, what should you do? You should relate more to the pulsating principle. If the pulsating principle departs from the body, it is called death. But when pulsating principle is strengthened and is made to function, it strengthens all the pranic principles. Because the pulsating principle is the key principles relating to the 5 pulsations. We all know the 5 pulsations. The 5 pulsations are inhalation, which is called prana pulsation, exhalation, which is called apana pulsation, and then there is equilibrium of the two, which is called samana pulsation, and then there is an uplifting pulsation which moves from heart to Ajna and Sahasrara, up to Ajna, from heart to Ajna, which is called Udana pulsation, and there is the 5th pulsation which is called Vyana pulsation, meaning all-permeating pranic principle. There is an all-permeating pranic principle called Vyana, which permeates the whole body. There is the vertical moving pulsating principle, which is called Udana principle, which moves up and down in the spinal column. Then there is inhaling pulsation, which with the help of which we keep receiving oxygen into your own being by breathing in. And there is apana pulsation, the counter pulsation by which you throw out the carbons as they formulate in the body on account of the combustion that happens in the body due to the activity of fieriness. So therefore there are 5 pulsations at work. Apana throws out the carbon that forms in the body. Prana brings in lot of pranic principle into us. And then Udana enables the movement of life force up and down from Sahasrara to Muladhara and even up to the foot. Vyana pulsation enables to move out, to keep the life principle in relation to every cell of the system. And then there is Samana principle, which is the equilibrating principle. This is the 5-fold prana that functions in us. And it functions in 3 levels. That's the beauty. I have given in the articles on occult healing a detailed description of how the 5 pulsating principles function at the physical level, at the subtle level, and at the causal level, at the karana level, at the sukshma level, and at the physical level. So these 3 into 5, 15 pulsations keeps man completely fit in the body, brimming with life. So he can always replenish his life and even cause resurrection to himself when there is a deep disease that attacks him. That's how the yogis resurrect from deep sicknesses and even resurrect from death. See, resurrection from disease, decay and death is what is intended by the prayer that is given to us by Master C.V. By regularly relating to your pranic pulsation, either during your meditational times or contemplation times, or during your sleep hours. Just don't sleep away vaguely. Sleep with awareness. If you sleep with awareness, it means you associate your mind with the inhalation and exhalation and then link up to the pulsating principle in the heart and consciously move along with the pulsating principle up to the brow center and then let the sleep come. This has to be an exercise. Master Jwalkul specifically suggests this exercise to every aspirant when he attempts to sleep either during the day or during the night. Don't just sleep away vaguely. Utilize the sleeping time as a means of reaching the higher states in you. Turn the sleeping hours into meditative hours. So therefore, when we think of pulsating principle, what we attempt is, we have to equilibrate the inhaling and exhaling activity into the pulsating activity at the heart. When you feel the pulsating resonance in you, be with it for a while. When you are with it for a while, it leads you inside. That's where you have subtle pulsation. The subtle pulsation leads to the vertical column where there is the light vertically present from above to below, from Sahasrara and beyond, and Mooladhara and below. That's the axis we have, into which you move. There is the pulsating principle that lifts you up. That's where you meet the Udana pulsation. So do that and go up to your forehead and be there and sleep, where you can witness enormous, unlimited light. When you sleep like that, then there is another bridge. Either you sleep or you meditate. The next bridge is from building a bridge between the Ajna center to Sahasrara by relating to Vyana principle, which is all-permeating principle. When you get into it, you get out of the limitation that you suffer, that you live only in the body. We feel that our life and our awareness is limited or circumscribed by the body. But the truth is, we are beyond the body. Our awareness is beyond the body. Our life principle is beyond the body. In fact, our awareness is not our awareness. It is universal awareness. Our life is not our life. It is universal life. The life in the wave is the life of the ocean. Oceanic awareness, oceanic life functions in us in this unit of form, and in that you feel that it is your life, your awareness. Once these barriers are all crossed, you are really into an unlimited sphere, which is called Anemigoda, meaning a sphere without limitations. A sphere without limitation, and you keep on improving your horizons of awareness with the help of life principle, which functions as a bird for you. That's why for life principle, the ultimate symbol given is the eagle. Eagle is considered to be a bird that flies over the seven skies. Seven skies represent the seven planes of existence, and you would really fulfill by relating to the pulsating principle which exists in you in your heart center. Therefore, time has to be given to relate to it. Keep a smiling face when you do the meditation. Do not carry out meditations with a serious face. Just keep a smile for yourself. You don't have to pay for it. You can just smile and then move on into the inhalation and exhalation. When you go down, go deep and come back, deep and come back, and deep and come back. After some time, you can feel the pulsating resonance. Get over the resonance of pulsation. Be with it. Let your awareness be with it. While your respiration happens, you are inside now. Then be with the pulsation. That pulsation leads you inside, where you have subtle pulsation. That subtle pulsation connects you to the uplifting prana, which is called Udana prana. So when you join that prana, it's like you are taking to a vertical flight. You don't have to do anything. Your awareness is lifted from the state of air, which is the state of anahata, to the state of akasha in Visuddhi, and is further lifted up into second akasha at the Ajna or growth center, and then the final akasha, which is at the Sahasrara. We have three akashas: akasha, mahadakasha, parakasha, meaning the planetary sky, the solar sky, and the cosmic sky, marking three different borders which are apparent. Beyond is the unspeakable, undescribable, uncomprehensible God who is life and awareness together. The God Absolute is called awareness and life together. It is one as, it is two as one. From that state, as it descends as two, as awareness principle and life principle, and builds the systems, three systems, cosmic system, solar system, planetary system. In us, it is the head, it is the upper torso and the lower torso. Normally, a mundane man lives in the lower torso. It is the fact that the mundane man lives in the solar plexus and keeps on moving around, only fulfilling all his desires and all his requirements, and the requirements of those whom he considers as his people, and serving all that which he thinks is his. Therefore, they live below the diaphragm. That is the normal state. From that state, an aspirant is trying to move above the diaphragm. For that, he has to make all his practices at the heart center but not below. All practices have to be either at the heart center or at the brow center. It cannot be in solar plexus or Mooladhara or anywhere below the diaphragm. So this lift up happens when a person thinks of developing himself. So the planetary system, the planetary life, or the planetary prana functions up to the diaphragm. From diaphragm to throat, it is the field of the solar. That's where we say heart is the place of the sun. Even sun is said to be the Lord of Leo, above the diaphragm. So therefore, sun rules the upper torso, and the sun to the sun, whom we call Savitru, rules the forehead. That's why we think of Gayatri and invoke the sun to sun, and the sun, and then the sun in us. That's how we relate to the three suns, which is also given in the Western Hemisphere as Solomon. It is triple sun. It is also called Aditya, Savitri and Surya. Anyway, I do not deviate from the subject. What is important is that you relate with the help of your respiration, get into the heart center, and then link up to the pulsating principle when you are at your leisure. This has to be a practice. And then link up to this pulsating principle whenever you intend to get into sleep. Then the third step is make sure that you also give time in your daily practices to relate to respiration, pulsation, and then working with pulsating principle and moving up to the head center. Let time be allotted for this practice. A student of pranayama is recommended to relate 3 times with the pulsating principle at the rate of 24 minutes each time. At the rate of 24 minutes each time, you are required to relate to the pulsating principle. That would enable you to establish the habit of relating to the pulsating principle. So 3 times you consciously relate. And you also relate whenever you think of sleeping. So 4 times. So when you practice so very frequently on a daily basis to relate to the pulsating principle, then gradually it becomes a habit with you, and you are able to relate to the pulsating principle without much difficulty, and your mind, which is full of thoughts, cooperates to associate with the pulsating principle. That's important. When you have the association of the flying bird, the bird will take you on a flight. You don't have to fly anymore. If you associate with an aeroplane, the aeroplane takes you on the flight. If you associate with a bird and mount upon the bird lifts you up. Likewise, the bird that exists in you is the pulsating principle. Try to be with it, try to be friendly with it. Then it obliges you and allows you to be on its mount. It's only through friendliness you can win over. Only through love you can win over. Through devotion you can win over. These are the three means to mount the bird, because a friendly bird allows you to be on it. A bird that you love allows it to be on it. So also a person who is exceedingly devotional, the bird would condescend, mounting of the aspirant upon the bird. That's how. Feel friendly with the pulsating principle, love the pulsating principle, and be devoted to it. By that you can slowly mount upon the pulsating principle, which exists as a subtle principle in the heart. And once you mount on it, it takes you up. Even the Lord of cosmic nature, whom we call the second Logos, whenever he intends to descend, he only descends by the bird. He descends by the bird, and he again recedes by the bird. He returns by the bird. So we too can ascend with the help of the bird and descend by the help of the bird. The bird helps you to ascend beyond your form. When you are able to ascend beyond your form, then you see the beauty of life. Then you see the beauty of light that pervades you. The light is far beyond what you think you are in. You are very strenuously contemplating upon a point of light within your body. But once you are out of the body, it is all light all around. When you get out of a deep well, when you are open to a great sky, it is all light all around. Like that you feel light everywhere. Light everywhere. That's how you keep on obliterating the marks that you have, the territories you have. The symbolic presentation of Saint Mark in the Testament is man prepares his own demarcations. He makes his own demarcations and limits himself to it. There are people who limit themselves to their houses in Corona. There are people who break the marcation and go out and do things which are essential. What is essential? It is different from each one's perception. So there are people who keep on coming to these classes, overcoming their limitation that we should not know. Likewise, people who can dare, those are the ones who can obliterate the mark. The mark is what is called Saint Mark. This mark is also called in the Eastern scripture as the principle of Markandeya. Markandeya is the one who presents in you as your own understanding of limitations, and he suggests you by your own adventure you can overcome your own limitation. By your own adventure you can overcome your own limitation. Today we have a lot of slogans coming on account of Corona which says, beyond the fear there is the victory. Beyond the fear there is victory. डर के आगे जीत है, like that in Hindi. डर के आगे there is जीत है, not there is. डर के आगे जीत है, meaning beyond fear there is success. So you mark your own limitation and you suffer in it. You see the chick in the egg. The chick in the egg is limited to the eggshell. But when it grows, it feels the limitation of the eggshell. Therefore it starts breaking it. It breaks it. it breaks and comes out, and it is into a greater life. And then thereafter, it sees that it has some wings which it can use. And with the help of the wings, it flies. So how in 2 steps it is in the sky, a bird. A bird is in the sky by breaking the limitation relating to the egg shell, and also breaking the limitation of lack of knowledge relating to the use of the wings. So also a human is made in the image and likeness of God, so the limitations that he sets for himself are his own limitations. No one has set these limitations. By your own awareness and with the help of your own life principle, you can transcend each one of these limitations. Don't we say in the prayer that may we transcend disease, decay, death, realize the highest truth, the pure love and the bliss of existence, and serve humanity according to thy plan? Is it not a proposal that you shall break your own limitations? That's why Master Jwalakula also says in his teachings, the wisdom is for those who will. You have to will to do something which is meant good to surroundings. Number 2, you shall have to know. You have to know, you have to will, you have to know, you have to dare. To will, to know, to dare, and to be silent. Do it for yourself. Don't make a publicity about what you are doing. Just keep doing it. And you grow. You grow in your awareness. What I am trying to say is, you can grow beyond your body in your awareness. You can grow beyond your body in your association with life. When that happens, you can move out of the body. You can move into the body. You can flux in life with the help of that knowledge that you have, and then overcome your own sicknesses, your own disease, your own decaying. This is how Master CVV gives a dimension, and he has established on the planet today. That's the importance. Today he has been able to link up the 3 planes of prana, the cosmic, solar and planetary, link it up to the human kundalini. That's the beauty. It's a great work. It gives you a kind of a planetary initiation. He gave such a planetary initiation to this planet, having come from the Jupiter's ashram, Master Jupiter's ashram in Nilgiris, which is connected to the great Grand Lodge in Sirius. So it's a great work that is done, and we pay homage to all these ashrams of Sirius, and then the southern ashram on the planet, wherever it is, and also the ashram at Nilgiris, and to Master Agastya, the sage Agastya, and Master CVV. They form the hierarchy in relation to working with Merry Life. They form the hierarchy. Think of them, sit in a contemplation and relate to the pranic principle. It sets your health in order. It sets your system into harmony. It enables you to contact the pulsating principle and make a movement in an upward manner by which you realize the principle of Markandeya or the principle of Saint Mark. Master CVV speaks of Saint Mark in the occult meditations once. And in Saturn regulations, Master speaks of again Markandeya in the 30th Saturn regulation, which is detailed by me into 33 regulations. The last 3 regulations relating to overcoming the whole system which you think is your form. Your form is your limitation. It is your egg. It is in that egg you are living. By breaking this egg, you can move into the planetary state where you can experience many things relating to the planet. All ascended masters, although they reside in a body, they are not conditioned by their body. The beauty of the masters of wisdom is they reside in a body, but they are not conditioned by their body. Does not a bird reside in a nest, but it is not conditioned by the nest. It moves out and goes to farther skies and covers greatest distances, comes back by evening to the nest. So also a yogi, a master of wisdom, can move out with the help of pulsating principle. The pulsating principle keeps the thread of life in the heart and enables you to move up. The connection is there to the heart. For a mundane man, the thread of life is connected in solar plexus. For an aspirant, the thread of life is in its own place, in its rightful place, which is the heart center. So when a man of wisdom, when he moves out of the body, he moves out with the help of the thread of awareness, moves all around, conducts the purposes, and with the help of the thread of life, he comes back, joins the heart, and enters into his system. That's how this is called the lion's gate for entry and exit of life principle, while this is the king's place for entry and exit, the forehead, for the awareness to move out and come back. So that's how we have to understand and conduct these practices. Without these practices, if you carry out, without this basic practice, you cannot get into that which you have set to yourself as your defined life. Pranayama is the fourth step of yoga, which enables to move out of the known situation to an unknown situation. The whole pursuit of knowledge is to get familiar with an unknown situation, standing in a known situation. From known to unknown you are moving. The moment you move into a part of the unknown, that part gets as known part, and then there is still a known part. You keep on moving and expanding until you keep knowing as much as your soul feels enough to function for now. That's how knowledge is pursued with the support of life. Pranayama enables you to step into the next step, which we call pratyahara. Pratyahara means absorption into your own being. You are absorbed deep into your own heart center, and you are drawn within. When you are drawn within, you are drawn up within. That's how we have deep, and then axis arranged reverse as a mantra following it. You go inside. When you touch the point where there is lift up, there you get up. You lift up, and that's where the functioning happens, and you are up there in the Ajna center, or in between the brow center and Ajna center. There you feel the float. You don't feel that you are bound by your body. And you feel the further float when you reach Sahasrara. Sahasrara is the uppermost point. When you reach there, you have realized what you call Om Manipadme Hum, according to Buddhic system, or the essence of Gayatri, which puts you in the thousand petaled lotus. It is called Om Satyam Param Dhimahi. Satyam Param Dhimahi is a eightfold Gayatri mantra. Om Satyam Param Dhimahi is eightfold mantra, which is called Gayatri in the East. Om Manipadme Hum is the mantra given by Lord Buddha. Either of the mantras are realized. Now we know them as information. But when we get to the thousand-petaled lotus, you are into the unlimitedness of light and life. Unlimitedness of light and life, and that's where you meet the true bliss of existence. You really understand how merriful is life when you are out of your body. There are many persons who feel so good out of the body. People who take anesthesia, before they come back, they feel such a great relief. And they feel also the constriction when they wake up in the body. This is a common experience. I have also known a person who was about to die, who was brought back by touch upon the Ajna center. When she was coming back, she was smiling almost to the point of laughing, and said, as she was about to enter, she uttered forth, "Master, let me stay in this state. I don't want to come into the body. Because it is so beautiful here. It is such a pleasant blue all over, and I am floating here. If you come into the body, you don't float anymore. When you get into the body, where is the float? You have to limp. You have to drag your body. It is like a luggage which you carry with you. Most of the bodies which are heavy, it is a luggage with which you move, but when you float over, imagine how beautiful it is. This float over is not a fairy tale for persons who work with the life principle. Because life keeps you afloat. That's why I tell people who are highly intellectual, they keep on fighting in their mind. They have so many concepts to fight on. As much mind you have, so many viewpoints you have. As many viewpoints you have, so much they contradict each other. Isn't it? Around a point, there are 360 degrees. So there are 360 viewpoints. So one comes opposite to the other. When there is one viewpoint, there is already the opposite viewpoint. So there is opposing viewpoints in 360 degrees, and you have no respite in your mind. You have no respite in your mind, however intellectual you are. Only when you get into intuition, you get the respite. But this mind, when it is applied upon respiration and gets to pulsation and moves up, it learns to how to float, even initially. There are people who float in life. There are people who work very hard in life. There are two kinds of. To some people, it is such a hard work all the time. When you are below the diaphragm, it's all heavy. That's why the sun sign Virgo, which is below diaphragm, the keynote is much labor without remuneration. That's how it is said. So what is the key for Virgo? Virgo is also a sun sign symbolic of caves in the mountain ranges. So get into the cave of the heart, which is just above the diaphragm. The Virgos are below the diaphragm. Get into the cave which is above the diaphragm. It gives you a respite to get into the higher planes. Below the diaphragm, you are loaded. And in Libra, you are further loaded with passion. And in Scorpio, you can imagine, you get into the hole, where it is all dark also. Only again in Sagittarius you meet the bird to move on. So therefore, when your life tends to be heavy, if you learn to be afloat, you can cover your jobs easy. When your life is in a floating state, in a flying state, you can handle things by overviewing things. Overviewing is a facility and enabling to relate to a thing according to the need. See, the eagle, it moves up, it moves far higher than the bird. It moves far higher than the normal birds, but its eye can see the smallest creature that is crawling on the earth. What is sight? What is sight? The higher you move, the message is, the higher you move in your awareness, the sharper is your look. Man gets a precise look when they move in their awareness. If we go in an aeroplane to higher skies, we don't see anything on earth. What we can see up on earth are the ability to see the minutest detail comes to you when you move in the higher planes. Why? Because you gain the eagle's eye. When you are with the eagle's bird, it gives you the eagle's eye. And you are able to target it well. The beak of the eagle speaks of targeting. It targets and directly descends from the high sky to the target and hits the target or picks up the target with the beak and then holds it by the fingers of the hand or the legs, whatever you call it. That grip, the eagle's grip, is so strong. If it grips your hand, your entire skin and flesh, it's all burnt. Such is the case. So why I am saying is this: think of the bird, think of life, and think of moving beyond your own limitations with the help of life principles, especially when you are stuck with mind. Men are stuck with mind. They cannot overcome their own mind, because to overcome mind with the help of mind is difficult. How can you overcome your mind with the help of the mind? You cannot. How can you step upon something unless you have a stable base? So therefore pulsation is the higher state for mind and also for respiratory activity. When you put yourself in the higher pedestal, it enables you to move and get into higher thoughts of awareness. And that releases you from the present state of awareness. That's why for men of intellect, you have to suggest heart meditation and relating to the pulsating principle. For men who are excessively oriented with life and the joy of life, you have to suggest meditations relating to the brow center. That's how you have to work. Whatever one is lacking, into that you have to recruit him so that he supplements it and causes an equilibrium between his awareness principle and life principle. That's how the Markandeya principle is helpful to us. And therefore people think of the seer Markandeya and the mantra that he gave. He gave the mantra, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrutyor Mukshiyam Amrutat, where the attempt is that don't let me die, let me fulfill. Give a pause and again inhale and then exhale and give a pause. Then in that pause you can feel the pulsating principle. And then thereafter be more and more with the pulsating principle. Be there. If you join there, it is already being in the departure lounge, where the flight of Udana comes and lifts you up. So make this effort, that is important, and let that lift up happen to all of us. And this is a good time when there is not much to move outside. Better you move inside and then carry out. The beauty of life principle is, this is the last point I cover. Life pulsations are rhythmic. They are very rhythmic functioning. Life works with rhythm. This heartbeat, it is so rhythmically conducted in it. Awareness need not be functioning in rhythm. Our activity may not be rhythmic. While our life activity is rhythmic within us. Did you ever observe this? Whatever you are doing, the life is at work, the heart is at beat, the pulsation is happening, and the respiration is happening. It is naturally, rhythmically happening in us. But then the awareness principle, it doesn't have that kind of a rhythm. It doesn't have. It has different rhythms for different days, But if you see the universe, everything is functioning in rhythm. Therefore, rhythmic working of awareness becomes possible when you associate the awareness principle with the life principle. Because life has rhythm, awareness also receives that rhythm. When you are with a rhythmic person, you gain that energy from the association. So when you are regularly associating with the functioning of life in you, you gain the rhythm. When you gain the rhythm, then you have set your system in order. Because life is in rhythm, intelligent activity is not in rhythm, then there is a disorder. When life is in rhythm, and awareness also tends to be rhythmic, then the life gets into order and things happen in an order. When there is an order in your doing things, expansion is inevitable. Expansion is the quality of Jupiter. Jupiter causes expansion, and Jupiter does not give expansion of awareness until one organizes himself to be very orderly in every aspect of his life. That's why in spiritual astrology, the very first sentence under the caption Jupiter is, there is an order in arrangement of objects. And the objects here are very orderly arranged. We are able to conduct this talk at a global level. Isn't it? When something goes out of order, all that I speak will not reach the intended places. So while the breath is at work and the speech is at work, the awareness, when it is not in order, it does not conduct the very purpose. Therefore, rhythm to awareness comes by association with the rhythm with life which is already in every human being. That is the reason eagle is taken as a symbol by the seventh ray master, who is the master of law and order. It is a ceremonial order. Magic happens when man continuously functions in a rhythmic order. His work expands, his awareness expands. All that he does expands beyond boundaries. That becomes possible only when rhythm is taken to. And that rhythm is already in you as life principle. Associate your awareness principle also with it. Make a timetable and follow it for yourself about your wakeful hours, about your prayer hours, about your dining hours, about your work hours, about your relaxation hours. All can be arranged within a day and see how best you can follow. That causes ability to expand. That's where the seventh ray is of great importance in the field of wisdom, which is but imparting rhythm to the awareness, and that can be easily gained with the key of pulsating principle. For that reason, the eagle is taken as the symbol by the seventh ray master for all its ritualistic, rhythmic and mechanical work. And these are the few thoughts that come to me, and the practice is just this. It's one practice. The rest is information. And then initially I spoke how beautiful it is to be joyful. A joyful person floats. He doesn't sink. Therefore, lead life floating but not swimming. So there are people who swim life. How long you will swim? There is a limitation to your swimming. It's already considered to be great if you swim the English Channel, meaning between the Isles of England and Europe. Or it is also already considered great if you swim from India to Sri Lanka. But then life is even far distant. It has distant travel. You cannot swim all the time. You should learn to float. And that floating ability comes when your mind is enlightened by association with the life principle. Let it be so with all of us, and let us keep moving, not only horizontally, but also vertically. Thank you one and all for your listening on a Sunday, which is otherwise spent generally. Thank you. Namaskar.
Om